So I've had a message. Oh God, they don't shut up. The announcements are continuous here. I can't talk. So I've had a message from Tesla and it says that they found the fault and fixed it and the car is all ready to be collected. It is 1:30. So I'm now at the train station in Port Talbot on my way down to Bristol, where I can then somehow get over to the Tesla service centre to collect the car. Now, I know a few of you have asked, why haven't I got a courtesy car? Well, I think it was a bit of a weird circumstance that I was put in with the car suddenly needing to be recovered. Oh, and these announcements at the train station are just continuous. It's taken me like 5 minutes of standing here waiting for them to finish talking, so let's find a quieter place. But yeah, I didn't get a courtesy car, I think because it was kind of recovered to Cardiff and then recovered to Bristol, and there was no opportunity to ask for one easily, I think. So I probably could have put a message saying, could I have a courtesy car? But no, as it's been fixed quite quickly, there's no real need. We've got a second car, and hopefully when I get there today, because for those of you who don't know, it is now Tuesday and my last video was yesterday on Monday. I need it for Friday. I need the car, well, Thursday, so as I can pack it up and we can take my daughter to university on Friday. That's the critical date we need to hit here. So anyway, I'm about to get on the train and head to Bristol and collect the car. So I'll see you in Bristol. So I've made it to Bristol then, and now I need to somehow get to the Tesla service centre, which is about 3.5 to 4 miles away from Bristol Parkway. That's the train station I'm at. Now, there was no option of being able to transport the car back to me, so that's why I've got the train into Bristol. But what Tesla have done is given me a £70 Uber credit. Now, I did have a look to see if I could get an Uber all the way from where I live in South Wales to Tesla in Bristol. But the cost of that was about £110 starting price, I think. So it would have cost me £30 to £40 on top of their £70 credit to actually get here. And I thought that probably wasn't the best thing for the environment either. So £13 is what it cost me for a train to Bristol Parkway. And now I'm going to use the Uber credit to actually get to the Tesla service centre. So let's see if I can figure out the Uber app. Here we go then, we've got the car back. Let's see if it goes backwards and forwards. Right, here we go. D for drive. It's moving forwards. Brilliant. Will it go into reverse? Oh, it's gone into reverse. That is a very good sign. And stop. And forwards again. Oh, it's going into forwards. This is a promising sign. So I suppose I'd better tell you what was wrong then. Well, apparently it was a steering wheel control module. Hang on, I'm going to get my phone out and check that's what he said. Yes, he says steering wheel control module, and there were lots of errors all being flagged up around the time that I was having problems, especially on the Friday evening when it first started. So that was replaced. Very lucky that they got one in stock, and it's actually only Tuesday afternoon right now, so it was they only had it yesterday, so that's a pretty good turnaround for fixing the car. So now I just need to find out how to get home from Bristol. Should be quite easy. I think it's that way somewhere. So yeah, there was no courtesy car, but I think Tesla have contacted me and said that they might be lending me a Model Y for a few days. So stay subscribed, and we'll see if we can use the Model Y to take my daughter to uni on Friday. That would be really good, because there's even more space in that than there is in this Model 3. So brand new Model Y. I'm quite looking forward to having a play in that if that happens. But anyway, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I get home okay, but if this video goes on for any longer and doesn't finish right now, then that means there was a problem. So I've made it back then, and I said you wouldn't see me again unless something happened on the way home. and something weird did happen on the way home. I was driving just out of Bristol and all of a sudden the heating system just went down to 16 degrees, started getting very cold in there. I was like, I don't know what's going on with that. So I reset it back up to 19.5 or 20 or something like that, and a couple of minutes later it did it again. It went really cold. I was like, what on earth is going on? I'm gonna have to turn around and take this back to them. But I thought I'll leave it at 20 and start driving home again. So I got onto the M5. After about another 15-20 minutes it did it again, went down to 16 degrees. I put it back up to 20, carried on driving, and then we kept on going. Well, I kept on going for another half an hour or so and got quite far, and then it did it again, not about 20 minutes from the end of my journey, and I was like, what on earth is going on? Because it's done it like 5 times now on the way home. It's suddenly dropped down to 15 degrees, 16 degrees. So I'm thinking, have they knocked a wiring loom or something like that? No, turns out it's my wife taking the piss. She got the app open and she thought she'd have a bit of a laugh by setting the heating really low. She just discovered that she could use that feature in the app. She didn't know she could remote control the car. So yeah, it's my lovely wife freaking me out as I was trying to drive home. I thought I've got to finish by saying that overall the service I had from Tesla was pretty good if you think about it. I know there was the whole mix-up about it was supposed to be going to Cardiff, but it ended up going to Bristol and not being open at the weekend and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, fair play, they picked up the car on Monday and it's now Tuesday and it's fixed. I've driven it home. I can't really complain about that at all. All the guys working on it were very polite and very considerate. They were checking in on me, giving me progress updates regularly. The people, even the people managing the breakdown, were very friendly and giving me constant updates as to what was going on. Okay, there were updates as to, we don't know what's going on, but there were still updates, they were still communicating, and that's quite important. So the fact is, I had an issue with the car on Friday. It totally conked out on Saturday, and they collected it on Monday, and it's fixed by Tuesday. And that is a really good turnaround for getting the car fixed and diagnosed and fixed. So yeah, thank you very much, Tesla. That was a superb job overall, I think. And on that note, I'm properly going to go this time. Goodbye.